Infinity Games Podcast.
2017 is over.
Yep. Another 11 hours.
Yeah, and I accomplished absolutely nothing this whole year.
Same.
But.
Okay, thanks for coming out. Bye.
Yeah, bye. No, so this is the Infinity Games Podcast. This is our 29th episode. Jesus Christ.
Woo!
We
were just saying how that's
stuff.
like a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot. We'd be in the we'd be in the like mid 30s if that hiatus hadn't happened.
Yeah, but it needed to happen.
It did.
But think of it this way. 2018 year in review, we're going to be going over our bingo cards, and we're going to be on like episode 81.
Oh, it'll be good.
Yeah, we're going to be like so close to 100.
Oh, it'll be awesome.
You can already taste it. But that doesn't matter because 42 comes first.
Indeed. I need to do the math. I wonder, 42 should come out in
13 weeks.
So that'd be right at the beginning of April.
April or end of March?
Pretty sure it'd be beginning of April.
Okay.
Uno momento.
Oh yeah,
We'll
April.
have
Definitely April.
4 episodes in January, 4 in February, and 4 in March. So that'll be 12, and then
Is it before your birthday?
Sorry?
Is it before your birthday?
It is before my birthday.
Fuck it, we'll take like a 2-week break, and then we'll stick it on your birthday.
Mint.
Yeah, man. So, if anyone's wondering why you sound so different, I'm sick. The breathing thing isn't happening very well.
Yeah, no, it never does. So, Jukebox and I were talking. We were talking about some things, talking about some stuff, the way we usually do, on occasion, sometimes. And we decided that the first thing that we wanted to mention in this podcast episode is what to be excited for episode 30. And what we want you to get hyped up for is
hype.
Jukebox and I both had a very good Christmas holiday, in the sense that both of us got Nintendo Switches.
Aww.
So, in episode 30, Jukebox and I will be talking about our Switches, what we love about them, any issues that we may have with the systems, and also just general ranting and hype on which games we got, which we're not going to talk about right now because we got to get the hype train rolling.
And in fairness, we both got different games, so we aren't going to be freaking out about the same shit for an hour straight.
No, it'll be good.
If you want to see the kind of hype we have over Switches, go back to our very first episode where we're looking at all the indie games that were going to come out on it.
Oh, good old ninjas.
Just getting our shit, like, hyped.
Good times.
Yeah. And later on in this episode, we're actually going to be doing a little bit of a review of our old episodes.
Because they are also part of what our real topic is for this episode, which is our 2017 year in review, which we mentioned 2 episodes ago, because we had it planned.
We're sticking to the plan.
So
we're going to start this one off by looking at the Video Game Awards, which happened like, I think it was like a full month ago at this point.
Was it a month ago, or was it like 2 or 3 weeks ago? Blah, 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 blah. December 7th, so it was about 3 weeks ago.
I mean, that's almost a month.
Fuck it, call it a month.
So, I was a little hyped over the Game Awards this year. I try not to focus my attention to any opinions of like critics or like IGN, Polygon, and stuff like that. Because half the time they're just like really shit at reviewing games that I like nuts. Because I'm usually into like pretty niche shit.
7.8, too much water.
I mean, half the time reviews are good, but like I can think of one mainstream publication that really fucked up, and that was Nintendo Power when they reviewed Izuna, the Unemployed Ninja, which I was pretty hyped about at the time. It's a roguelike.
Yeah.
And in the review, he's like, oh man, the way you have to like restart and get all your items and then the layout changes every time you die is super unfair. 6 out of 10.
I
was
got
like,
one
that's literally what a roguelike is.
I got one better for a fucked up review. I can't remember which company did it, but this dude reviewed Prey for the PC.
Okay.
And so what happened is he started playing through the game, and he was enjoying it, and his game file got corrupted. So he was like, all right, it's a new game. They're still working out some of the bugs. I'll play through again. You know, that's my job as a reviewer. No big deal. Starts playing through it again, loses his save file again. He's like, well, how the fuck am I supposed to complete a review? So the company sends him like an encrypted file, and it's like a save file that should have 0 issues. And that one also gets corrupted.
Oh my god.
So this idiot, instead of reviewing the game based on what he was able to play and his enjoyment of what he was able to play, he gives the game a 40 out of 100 because it crashed on him. And I'm like,
it's horse ploppies.
Yeah, and I'm like, you're literally telling people this game is shit because you had the unfortunate bad luck of it crashing on you. Your review says nothing about how well the game did, or how fun it is, or if it does its job right.
It's just a lot of complaining.
You're just like, I'm butthurt, 40 out of 100. Like, get fucked, dude.
No kidding.
So I got a kick out of that when I read that article the one day. I was like, wow.
You know what? If we can actually get enough of these bad reviews, we could do that segment we had the idea of.
Oh, we could. Start writing them down.
Shit, taking notes.
I'm going on Notepad.
Oh, God. So, fuck, I had a thought and I lost it. Do you know what game reviewer I really enjoy?
The nerd?
Him.
The nerd?
Other than him, Yahtzee from Zero Punctuation and The Escapist.
I can't say I'm familiar, unfortunately.
Okay, so pretty much he does like really, really satirical critiques of usually new games, sometimes old ones. But it seems the more he hates a game, the more I enjoy it.
Isn't that the way it usually goes, though?
But like, because it's satire, he hates literally fucking everything.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, it's so wonderful. And anyways, the Game Awards.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, anyways.
I didn't catch the live stream. Like, it literally ended as I was getting on the computer that day. So I just I watched it on YouTube, like, immediately after.
I was at work, so, like, I just, like, break time would come and I'd, like, check my phone and I'd, like, look on Facebook and it would be like, so-and-so won best art direction or whatever, and I'd be like, oh, cool, whatever.
Yeah. I don't know. The reason I feel like it was a little more important to me is just like the amount of good games that came out this year that I actually gave a shit about.
Oh yeah, it was crazy.
Because, I mean, for quite a while there, I could have zero fucks about anything Sony or PlayStation or the PC had.
Oh yeah.
And, I mean, Nintendo was pumping out its first-party stuff, but even that slowed down, so... This year was different. I was really rooting for Breath of the Wild and Cuphead, and I was hoping Sonic Mania would get something, but I don't think it did.
It didn't even get a...
I'm sure it had a nomination, I'm pretty sure, though.
It didn't. I'm just double checking real quick, but nope,
Yeah,
you're right.
it's best family game.
Best family game. Yep.
Which is fucking dominated by Nintendo.
Oh well, yeah, that's how it goes.
I mean, the nominees.
I personally think that South Park: The Fractured Butthole should have been the best family game.
Adult families.
Okay, I got a fun idea. So, before we go over everything, not including Game of the Year, which award do you feel had like the best winner? Like let's say you have like best audio design. Do you feel that that was the award that overall had the absolute most perfect winner? Not actually audio design, because that one should not be the one you pick.
No, it's best art direction with Cuphead winning. Because that's the only game who's ever done that kind of art for a video game.
I was gonna say that one
in that way.
The only that was my first pick when I thought of this. But even though I haven't played it, it's got serious competition from Persona 5 in my opinion. Because Persona 5 is just dumb, stupid, gorgeous.
Yeah.
So like I definitely agree Cuphead should have won, but that can't be my pick for like absolute most perfect winner. Because I feel
so
like,
what's yours?
Give me a minute.
Okay.
I had one picked, and then I like kind of changed my mind. I gotta pick best independent game, which is funny because Cuphead also won that one.
Yeah.
But like,
I mean, it's competition.
It's so good. And also, yeah, its competition was not good.
I mean, the games themselves probably aren't that bad, but with the exception of Night in the Woods, I haven't actually heard of those other indie games.
I know what Hellblade is. But
I know of it, but I've never watched anything.
No, neither have I. I've seen like little bits and pieces. Like, I agree. Best performance, the lady that plays the main character in Hellblade, she got the award for that one. Just watching like the trailers and small amounts of gameplay, you can tell that she deserved it because her performance is like on fucking point.
It was kind of funny when she accepted the award. She's just like, I do the bookkeeping. I am not an actor, so this is a great honor.
Oh, jeez.
Or something like that.
That's funny.
Actually, the best acceptance I saw was for a student game, which is something they added this year, I think.
Yeah, I saw that one. It's at the bottom here.
Yeah, so it's games based on video game educational programs.
Yeah.
So like if you go into school specifically for video gaming and you create a video game in that program, the guy who accepted it, he kind of stuttered quite a bit and seemed like outright nervous. But you could see he was running out of time, and as he was pretty much walking away, he's just like, I graduate this year, somebody please hire me.
That's too good.
I thought that was pretty great.
That's pretty awesome. I mean, dude just won a video game award, so I would hope he probably got a lot of offers before that night was over.
Yeah, no kidding. I was going to talk about Persona 5 a little bit because Kari bought it, and I've seen her play a couple tens of hours of it. The art direction in that game is so outstanding.
Oh, yeah.
And I'd like to say it's very different from anything I've ever seen, but at the same time, it's familiar.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
In a way that Cuphead isn't.
That's why I totally agree that Cuphead should have won, and I'm glad that it did win. It's that thing, because it's like you said, like we've literally never seen anything close to what Cuphead is like, except for 1930s fucking cartoons, right?
Yeah. And I mean, how often do we see shit like that?
Well, yeah,
you see high contrast, very edgy art all the time.
Exactly.
regardless of how great it looked.
Yeah, so that's just it. Like, as
That's what gave it the edge.
as ball-droppingly gorgeous as Persona 5 is, like, Cuphead definitely needed to win the trophy just because it's different and it's unique. And it's like, in my opinion, it gets like a massive like one up just because it was an indie game.
Oh hell yeah!
It was,
and you know, it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny with the best independent, because MDHR is technically independent, but Xbox and Microsoft was doing this thing when the Xbox One was coming out, where it was like, look, our platform's going to be the one for independent titles. You're going to get all the best. You're going to get stuff that's only exclusive to us. And look at all of these independent studios that are making games for Xbox. They were making games for Xbox, and then Microsoft went and bought half of those studios.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, they're kind of independent, but they also get money from you.
I love...
And even during their acceptance speeches, they're just kind of like, yeah, thanks for Microsoft for funding us so we could keep doing this.
Yeah. I get a kick, slightly off topic, but I'll touch on it real quick. I love when you meet Xbox fanboys. And they're just like, Xbox is the greatest system ever. It's so much better than the Switch or the PS4 or whatever. That you just look them dead in the eyes and go, tell me about your console exclusives, and they just freeze. They freeze.
We have Sunset Overdrive.
Good.
Halo 38.
Oh, perfect. Tell me more.
Mirror's Edge.
Oh, lovely. And then it's like, let me tell you about the Switch. I got Odyssey. I got Xenoblade. I got... Help me out.
Think of 2 goddamn games. Okay. How about one that's coming out? Project Octopath Traveler.
Yeah, eat a dick.
Yeah, we get an exclusive fucking RPG from Square Enix. You get the 500th port of Final Fantasy.
Oh, baby. Yeah, PS4, it's like, we get Horizon Zero Dawn, we get fucking, help me out.
No, you're the one with the PS4.
Shit, I'm drawing a blank. We get God of War. God of War is a fucking mint series. I love the shit out of that.
Uncharted Insane Trilogy.
Yeah.
Insane Trilogy turned so many heads this year, and it's so weird to me.
I agree. Like, it's nice and it's cool, and I'm like, fuck yeah, but at the same time I'm like, why?
See, here's the thing. I never played Crash Bandicoot.
No,
and when I
really
look at that game, it's like, it looks so basic, and it looks like it would be infuriating when you're like running at the screen. Because I know that's infuriating in games like Sonic Adventure.
Well, I mean, hell, like when I played Uncharted 4, at the beginning of the game, you get to play Crash Bandicoot. It's funny. You play the game within the
Weird.
game. And it's... What do they pick except that part where the boulder's chasing you and you're running towards the screen? And like, fuck, was it hard? You didn't have to beat it. You didn't have to beat it to progress. But like, I did my 3 lives or whatever, and I was like, I don't understand the hype.
Pepsi Man.
But whatever.
It's the exact same shit.
Yeah, pretty much. But anyway, so let's talk about a couple of the awards that we were most happy with, because there's a couple where I'm pretty sure like we just don't really have an opinion. Like best performance, we don't really have an opinion. Games for impact, we don't really have an opinion. Like, so we'll talk about the ones that we're like, we get a that we fuck, I don't want to use opinion again, but the games that we have an opinion on.
Yeah, pretty much, because I mean, it's not like we've played all these games or even watched gameplay of them.
No.
So we're going to stick to what we know, and we're going to do Game of the Year last.
Sounds good.
And I'm immediately going to go against what I just said, and Best Music Score. So Nier Automata won that.
Yep.
And it's funny, because I'd literally never seen anything about Nier.
Yep.
Like, I knew how huge of a game it was because of how everywhere it was, but I had only ever seen like fan art of like 2B and stuff on Tumblr. So I was like, this game looks like it's gonna be some cute moe blob Japanese RPG.
And then it's like,
I see them playing like the B shot reel or whatever during the Game Awards, and I'm like, oh, it's like fucking Dark Souls with like Final Fantasy characters. I don't know how to explain it, but like that's what it looked like to me, and I'm like, holy fuck, what is this?
It's like Dark Souls meets Final Fantasy.
So I've never played it. I've never really seen anything of it, but at the same time, I wish that it didn't win, and I wish Persona won, because the music in Persona fucking gets me hyped.
Can I mention something? You're gonna get a kick out of this.
Go for it.
So best score in music. The nominees were Nier Automata, Cuphead, Destiny 2, Persona 5, Super Mario Odyssey, and Breath of the Wild.
Remember how much we bitched about Breath of the Wild's music?
That's what I was gonna say. I just need to ask, what music in Breath of the Wild?
Yeah.
Yeah, wind.
Blink, blink.
Wind sounds. My fiance just walked by and she was like, chirp, chirp. So, yeah, the birds and wind music. Oh, so good.
Oh, wonderful.
Okay, we're not completely ignorant, just a heads up. We know there was music in Breath of the Wild, but we just get a kick out of the fact that there was not much music.
See,
and it got best score and music, and it got nominated. I'm just like, wait, what?
So I would never ever have chosen it for best music.
No.
And I can understand why it was nominated. It was nominated for fucking 6 things or something. But right next to that, it's best audio design. Because it's all incidental music and it's all atmospheric. The majority of the time, it does fucking excellent at that.
Yes, it does. When you're in a dungeon and you have one of the what are they called? The Guardians. When one of them locks onto you, and then all of a sudden the music, it's really fast paced and intense, and all you hear is boop, 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 and you're like, oh fuck.
Yeah, you lose your shit.
Yeah, you freak.
Shit is in your pants.
Still remember the first time I ran into a Guardian, I was like, I got this. Then I got one-shotted into next year. I was like, oh fuck.
Yeah, never again. I don't think I ever killed a Guardian in that entire game.
Oh, I
just avoided them like the plague.
I killed so many.
I was gonna say, what else is grabbing your attention?
Let me go for a scroll real quick. Mwah. Love you, Babs. Hi. Your meow will now be in the podcast. No. Yep.
Yeah, I'm leaving that in.
Yes, you are leaving that in. Best handheld game.
Oh, yes.
Metroid Samus Returns won. And I'm very, very happy about that.
You know what? I'm super happy about that, but I feel like its competition was nothing.
Oh, I feel like its competition was pretty hardcore, actually.
Well, okay, I know how much you love, Fire Emblem.
I was actually thinking of Ever Oasis.
Oh.
Have you seen anything on that game?
I did when they announced it.
Yeah, well, I watched some YouTube of the one guy playing through it, and it's I kind of skipped episodes. It was he's got episode 12 up, and I'm like, oh, I wonder what this is, and I'll click on it, and I watched it for a bit, and that was the only downside, is it looked cute as fuck, and it looked fun as hell, but because I skipped so far ahead, I was like, I have no opinion. Metroid is far and above the winner of best handheld game. I'm not
oh yeah,
I'm not arguing that in the slightest, but I'm very happy with what its competition was, because Ever Oasis is honestly, if I ever find it for cheap, I'll buy it.
Well, me too. But okay, so none of the games it's up against are bad or anything, but they're just in a league that isn't where Metroid is at.
Oh yeah. Well, I think the main thing is Metroid was just in a league all of its own.
Pretty much.
That game was just absurd. Good.
Yeah. And I know you've played it.
Yeah. I gotta play more of it, to be completely honest.
So I was looking at best fighting game, and I'm sure anyone listening's already convinced I'm a Nintendo fanboy, but I kind of wish ARMS won. It is the only game on that list that did something new and exciting.
I agree.
And it's the only one that isn't a fucking sequel.
I agree. Like, on the one
I've
hand...
also never played Injustice 2. I know the first one was kind of
Injustice 2 is dumb good.
Yeah.
There's character customization. You can, like, equip new armors, like, change up, like, your skins and stuff, which directly affect your stats for your character and stuff. Like, they took the potential of making a competitive fighting game and they, like, knocked it out of the fucking park.
Okay, so I guess it's not bad that I just remember Injustice 1 being super meh.
I'm not...
So I guess if they made a lot of improvements...
Yeah, I'm on the exact same opinion as you. Like, I'm not mad that Injustice 2 won because it is an amazing fighting game, but I agree that I kind of feel like ARMS should have taken it, like you said, just because it's so unique.
Yeah.
It's so different.
I feel if... Because I don't know what their criteria is or what the judges are thinking when they choose, because if Cuphead won Best Art Direction,
yep,
which it rightfully deserves and whatnot, but like, if it was for the fact that it's so unique and different, then how does that weigh to games like ARMS?
Yeah.
Because I love the shit out of Cuphead's art direction, but like, if it wasn't for that uniqueness factor, I mean, Persona 5 all the way, right?
Oh yeah, that's just it. If Cuphead was something that we had seen before and it was just done really well, Persona 5 would have won. That's just it.
Yeah.
Cuphead pulled ahead because it was so new. It was new and old. It made the old new, which is fucking cool.
Hell yeah.
One more that I know you and I will both agree on is best strategy game.
Hell yeah, I was just looking at it.
Because I don't know if I told you, I didn't play Mario and Rabbids.
No,
because
you didn't.
My one buddy that I work with, he brought his Switch up to camp the one time. And we were on the same flight going home.
Okay.
So like what we did is on the bus ride to the airport from camp, which was about 40 minutes, we played Rabbids because you can 2-player Rabbids. They're like there's like a challenge mode kind of thing. So we each got to control 2 characters and then we have to beat the level, right? Pretty basic.
Right.
So the 40-minute bus ride to the airport, we played it. The 40-minute wait at the airport, we played it, and then the fucking hour-long plane ride, we played it. So I got a good like 2.5 hours of Mario and Rabbids.
Nice.
And it was a good time.
See, I've just seen a lot of gameplay of it, and it looks excellent.
Oh, so good.
It's actually almost funny that it beat out XCOM 2.
Because it's an XCOM game with Mario in it. It's fucking funny.
Yeah.
Like I said, I find it's the same thing as Cuphead. It literally pulled ahead because of how unique it was.
Yeah.
Like,
so
nobody saw it coming.
I know in past Game Awards, shows, lots of people got pretty butthurt about the choices. And I mean, everyone has their favorites and usually gets butthurt if they don't win or whatever. But you could almost blatantly see that they were picking favorites or like the AAA title that's way better objectively than the indie one that sold just as many units and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
It's almost like the more eyes are on a game, the more likely it is to win.
Well, yeah, because as unfortunate as it is, 90% of award shows are a popularity contest. Most of them, at least.
You know how you asked me what I thought was most deserving, and I said Cuphead for art direction?
Mm-hmm.
I might have to change that to best multiplayer with PUBG.
I played PUBG once, didn't like it.
But so many people do. Dude, that game has sold 26 million in like a year.
I know. It's fucking
insane.
massive. It's absurd. Like, I'll I'll give it to the people. Like it's a great game, especially considering it's unfinished.
Actually, I think they just released, like, days ago, their finished copy or something.
Did they? Because I know they just released...
Or their alpha or something.
I know they just released, like, one new map. It'll, like... I don't want to be a dick, but personally, I think games like that need more than one map. They need more than 2 maps.
Though, like, I can't go into a single PC forum or, like, a video on graphics cards or anything without hearing about PUBG. It's, like, it's reaching my, like, extended family where they're like, yeah, I upgraded my PC so I could play PUBG. And I was like, my fucking god.
Of all the things. You know, I went to like, a little PC arcade with a buddy of mine.
Yeah.
And, we played like some League of Legends, and then we were like, well, now what? We still got a couple of hours. And he was like, screw it, let's do PUBG. And I was like, fuck it, why not? We played like 3 games, and we were like, yeah, fuck this. It's, to me, it's one of those games where you have to play it way too much before you get half-assed good at it. And
I guess. I mean, you have to play it a lot until you can actually get high in the rankings.
And the problem that me and Buddy were having is a lot of the time, like, we couldn't find anything. Like, we drop into we drop into like a big like mall area or whatever, and we'd find like fuck all. It'd be like, oh cool, a backpack and some band-aids. Damn. And then we'd like walk outside and get gunned down by like 4 dudes, and we're like, what the fuck just happened?
Man, you just got super unlucky.
Yeah, 3 games in a row. Third game, we finally find guns. And we're like, okay, cool, let's go. And then we walk outside and we start getting gunned down, and we can't see who's gunning us down. Like, we hide in a building where we look like in literally every direction. There's nothing but flat fucking ground everywhere. And we're still getting gunned down. We literally can't see these guys.
Oh, the worst.
And we're like, what in the fuck is happening? And then so we're like, well, fuck. It's like we either sit here and die to like the blue shit or whatever, or we fucking run outside and hope for the best. Sure enough, we run out the door and it's like, boom, headshot. And we're like, okay, back to League.
Like, at least we have headshot. Boom, headshot.
Yeah, FPS Doug up in this bitch. But yeah, so we put that shit down. We were like, fuck this, back to League. At least we can maybe win a game at that. Because it's like we didn't go into PUBG. We didn't go into PUBG for the first time expecting to like win, but like we didn't expect to be the first, like one of the first 5 people to eat shit. You know,
almost as brutal as Rust.
Yeah, like just ugh.
Out of the nominees, I'm almost more than positive you would put Destiny 2 as the winner there.
Me?
Yeah. For best multiplayer?
No.
No?
No. As much as I love Destiny, and as much as I love Destiny 2, Destiny 2 has one massive shortcoming, and that's its PvP.
Oh.
Its PvP isn't fun. It's too slow paced right now. They just released, because they have the Dawning event going on right now, which is like their winter Christmas event. Okay. And they brought back a game mode called Mayhem, where your supers charge at like 10 times the normal rate. Like, you can literally throw a grenade every 15 seconds. Or every 10 seconds. You can fire your super off like every fucking 30 or 40 seconds. Like, it's fast. And it's fun as hell. Because it's like, you're literally like, you turn a corner, use your super, kill a couple of guys, run away, you get killed by a super, you respawn, you have your super again, kill more guys. Like, it's just a massive shit show, and it's such a good time. Because it's fast paced, it keeps you on your toes. You play otherwise, and like,
don't you still have like co-op multiplayer or something though?
Yeah, you have like
I thought you went through the game co-op.
Yeah, you have PvE, like player versus enemy, which is honestly, it's a great time. But
if is it online co-op?
Yep.
Oh.
So, I mean, but that's the problem is, it does, but that's the main reason why Destiny 2 can't win, and even me as like a huge fanboy, like I spent way too much money on Destiny 2. So like even as a massive fanboy for the Destiny series, and like I'm beyond excited for where it goes.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just like they got to fix a couple of things. Like at the end, the last month of Destiny 1 was awesome. Like the PvP was fun, the weapons felt good, all the abilities felt good, you felt powerful. And then we booted up Destiny 2 and we felt good for the first month of we were playing it, and then after that people started like hitting max level, getting all the guns they wanted, and then everybody kind of slowly realized that the PvP was not where it was in Destiny 1. And it made everybody pretty sad.
Wah, wah.
The PvP is also very lackluster compared to Destiny 1, because in Destiny 1 you had Clash, which was just team deathmatch. You had Control, which is like capture the zone or whatever. You had Rumble, which was free for all. And then there were a couple of others. There was Rift, where it was like each team has a rift on each side of the map, and in the middle of the map a ball of energy will spawn, and if your team takes the ball of energy, runs it all the way to the opposing enemy's rift, you can like slam that shit into their rift. It'll create a massive explosion and give you a shit ton of points. That stuff was so fun. And then Destiny 2, you load up the PvP and it's literally quick play, which is team deathmatch, or competitive, which is this new game mode that I can't even remember what it's called because nobody plays it because it sucks. It's essentially
Sounds pretty shitty.
It's essentially search and destroy from Call of Duty, and it's not good.
Ooh.
So, and then there's like Trials of the 9, which is like hardcore competitive only, so nobody really plays it unless you're hardcore competitive.
So, okay, dude. Best multiplayer, which one would have you put to win then? If not Destiny 2, because of its shortcomings.
I'm okay with PUBG winning. I agree that it should have won, but if I had to pick one of the other ones to win, I would have picked Fortnite. Because Fortnite is the same concept, but you can like build your base and shit, which is cool. Like you can, if you're like, hey, I got weapons, I need to squat, you can literally get materials. You can go out like mine materials with a pickaxe and like find materials and shit like that. You can literally build walls, build ramps. You can build a fortress if you have enough time, and then you can just defend the ever living shit out of it.
I've never even heard of the game.
you got to look up a video. You got to look up a little video once we're done recording. It looks so good.
Okay, I will.
It's exactly like PUBG. It's exactly like PUBG, but
better.
It's more of an animated look as opposed to realistic.
Okay.
So
Which I can dig.
Yeah, it's more cartoony, and also, like I said, there's construction. It's literally a gunfight. Like you drop in from the sky, find an area, go try and find good loot and good weapons and shit, and then like you can also build walls, build staircases, whatever you need to do. It's a good time.
I can dig it. So, okay. Because we got to move this forward. I have one more I want to mention before we do Game of the Year.
Okay.
So, best role-playing game, Persona 5 won.
Oh, I'm okay with that.
I'm super happy about it.
I haven't even played it, and I'm okay with that. The only games on that list that I've played are Final Fantasy 15, which I loved to death, but it had shortcomings. And South Park: The Fractured Butthole. Yeah, same thing. Loved the new South Park game. Tons of fun. I laughed my ass off, but it definitely had no business winning best role-playing game.
So here's something I've heard about Fractured Butthole, is that if you are not caught up with like the current seasons and stuff, you might actually be a little confused of what's going on for a few moments while it kind of kicks in.
I just kind of took it as South Park doing something random like usual.
Oh, okay.
Like it pretty much, it opens up in the same premise as like the Stick of Truth. And then like Cartman shows up in his superhero outfit, and he's like, "I'm from the future," and they're like, "Dude, no, we're not playing superheroes." And he's like, "No, we have to." And then they start playing superheroes, and I was like, "Cool, we're doing something. We're doing some random shit. Okay, whatever. I'm down."
Apparently, it's all based off of an episode from like the last season where they're playing superheroes.
Yeah, I definitely take that. I don't find that you need to see the episode to enjoy the game because Lord knows I don't watch South Park. But I had a hell of a lot of fun playing the game. Yeah.
It's our national treasure.
Yay! So yeah, no,
okay.
I
so
definitely 100% okay with Persona 5 winning that. I would have been a little cheesed if anything else had won that.
Yeah, definitely. So, do you have any other of these categories that you want to talk about?
There's just one that I'll touch on real quick because like I understand why it won, but at the same time I'm like, fuck, why? And that's best ongoing game. And Overwatch
God.
won.
Yeah,
and I'm like, what?
They get fucking like loot boxes and like outfits. The fuck are they actually getting of substance?
I mean, you could argue that with like PUBG too. I think.
I mean, yeah, but they didn't win.
Yeah, but because the problem is like looking at the nominees, I don't see anything that I think should have won.
I feel like Warframe should have won. And I don't play Warframe, but like,
yeah, that's the one I was looking at.
They get like entirety of like new games with updates, pretty much.
Oh yeah, they're massive. You don't have to pay more and more to experience everything because that's Overwatch's problem. Is it's like massively microtransaction set.
Oh yeah, that's Blizzard for you.
Well, yeah, that's just it. It's like everybody rags on Destiny 2 for their loot box system right now, and I'm like, yeah, but like Destiny 2 has other stuff you can do aside from the loot boxes, whereas Overwatch is literally like either play the game or open loot boxes. It's one of the two.
Yeah.
The game doesn't really change.
No. So I thought that was pretty ridiculous too.
Yeah, I agree. I think yeah, now that you mention it, I was thinking about it, but I didn't know. I couldn't like confirm, but I know I agree. I think Warframe should have took that one home. Cuz that game's been around for I think like 3 or 4 years now.
Mm-hmm.
It's been around for a long time and it's still going strong as hell.
Oh yeah.
So
I mean, it's everyone who played the actual tabletop and just kind of moved on to the video game form.
Pretty much.
It's like the opposite of Dungeons and Dragons because D&D was such a niche thing way back in the day.
Yeah.
And then they had like a million video games and now it's a lot more mainstream.
Yeah.
Or at least the system is, because I know like Pathfinder overtook it as like the market leader. Pretty much.
Okay, so Game of the Year. We all know, we all knew, we all saw it coming. Everybody and their grandmother knew what was going to win Game of the Year. It wasn't a contest.
We guessed it the moment it came out, before it even came out.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, like, we still had 9 months of games left to come out, and we're just like, yep, this is it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, Breath of the Wild. And for me, that is also my winner. And I didn't play a whole lot of games this year. I mean, I usually don't play a lot of new stuff. But my independents for Game of the Year weren't even nominated. So like Cuphead and Sonic Mania, like those ones mean a lot to me. But Breath of the Wild just like blew me out of the water.
I don't know if we ever told you guys about this, but when Breath of the Wild came out, Jukebox and I went and stood in line at our local EB Games GameStop for, you were there for what, 5 hours?
Yeah, something ridiculous like that.
I was there for about 3.5. And like, it was brutal. And then,
you know, I'm pretty sure we talked about it in episode 3.
We probably did, but yeah, we stood in line for that game. And then we went home and we played it and we loved it. I loved every minute I was playing that game.
I agree.
So I'm okay with it winning Game of the Year. I feel like it did deserve it. But I had this conversation with Jukebox a few days ago. I would have been happier if Horizon Zero Dawn had won. Simply because it came from nowhere. Right? Like, Horizon Zero Dawn blew everybody out of the water without having any amount of backing from nostalgia or previous games or anything like that. It's like, we got a snippet of that back in E3, whatever year it was. They showed us, like, Aloy and one of the mechanical dinosaurs, and everybody was like, holy shit, this looks interesting. And then we saw more, and then we saw more, and then we got the game, and everybody lost their goddamn minds, praised it to Kingdom fucking Come, because it's actually so fucking good. And then, you know, and then Breath of the Wild still wins. What'd you get?
See,
I'm totally okay with, like, 100%. It's just, personally, I feel like a part of the reason it won was because it was a Zelda game.
Yeah, like, it's a popularity contest.
Yeah. That's my only, like, that's my, like, 5% of beef. Like, I'm 95% totally fine with the fact it won. But then there's that, like, 5% where I'm like, literally, if that wasn't a Zelda game, it wouldn't have even been nominated.
See, and for me, I agree with that statement, but the fact that it was a Zelda game is part of what makes it so deserving of the award, because they
absolutely.
took all the elements of a Zelda game and were able to integrate them in a way that was still enjoyable in, like, a completely different environment.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Whereas Horizon Zero Dawn, coming from nothing, I mean, they established their environment and what the game is going to be like right there in that one game. Whereas Zelda has countless games before to kind of base itself off of.
Yeah.
And subvert our expectations. And at the same time, because Breath of the Wild kind of followed the same cycle as Horizon Zero Dawn for, like, E3 unveilings and stuff, and it was kind of the same deal. Like, I remember seeing that sneak peek of Horizon Zero Dawn and, like, being like, oh shit, this looks so goddamn cool. It's like fucking primal steampunk or some shit.
Yeah.
Because all the deer are, like, fucking filled with cybertronics and shit like that. And I wanted to know more. And then Zelda Breath of the Wild, you know, it got its teaser, and at that point everyone's like, wait, is Link a girl?
Yeah.
And then they progressively kept showing more and more stuff, but, like, when Horizon Zero Dawn came out, it got, like, infinite praise, and it's, like, an amazing game and all this stuff. But as far as I noticed, it, like, immediately died after, like, that first week or two of it being out. It was like, this is an amazing game, it's wonderful, and then no one gave half a shit after that. Breath of the Wild is still going crazy.
Oh yeah, it's nuts. That was the only downside, is because Horizon Zero Dawn it's a story-driven game. So it's like, it took everybody a week, 2 weeks to get everything they wanted out of it, and then there was nothing left to do except wait for DLC. Right. And apparently the DLC is, like, stupid awesome good.
I imagine.
Right? Like, people, same thing. The Frozen Wilds came out and everybody was like, holy shit! So, but yeah, no, I that's, again, part of the reason why I'm 100% totally okay with Breath of the Wild winning. As far as I'm concerned, it was definitely Game of the Year.
But Horizon Zero Dawn was your Game of the Year.
Zero Dawn was my Game of the Year. I haven't played that much of it, but it is my Game of the Year.
Yeah. And I guess I only got one more point about it, is for Horizon Zero Dawn, when I look at it, besides these cybertronic animals, it doesn't look like anything I haven't already seen.
I'll give you
It's that thing again with, like, uniqueness. Like, the same reason I think ARMS and Cuphead should have won and all that stuff. It's just, I look at it and I see Far Cry Primal and I see The Witcher and I see Skyrim and I'm like, I've seen this before and I still don't care because I never cared about Western RPGs. I could not stand those games. But it was Zelda Breath of the Wild that was able to like introduce me in a way where I would actually care about them.
Oh yeah. Again, 100% agree. 100%.
Any other comments?
No.
While I'm dying?
No, I think we're good. I think we can do a quick review on our past episodes, and then I think we're okay.
Okay, so 2 things. You, as the listener, should tell us your game of the year. You can tell us on our Facebook at Infinity Games Podcast or Twitter at Games_podcast. We'll be posting some pictures of the games that we've bought this year on our Instagram if you want to go see that, all our nerdy shit. That's at Infinity Games Podcast. And if you're enjoying this so far, be sure to subscribe on whatever you're listening on, YouTube, iTunes, Google Play. We're in most of those. And we thank you for listening, of course. It's been a really good year.
Yeah, actually. Hype as shit.
And the second thing is, I quickly want to touch on some of the announcements that came out of that. So, I was texting you that day. You remember how you're like, dude, they dropped a trailer for the Breath of the Wild DLC and it comes out tomorrow. Why did they release a trailer tonight? It's because it was an unveiling at the Game Awards.
Ah.
Yeah, so that's when everyone got to see Link with his motorcycle.
Gotcha.
And I know everyone's been like, oh, the motorcycle is like a guardian beast for Link or whatever. And they kind of blew that out of proportion. It's a loose translation. Ig Aonuma or whatever his name is. It's kind of like, yeah, it's kind of like a beast for him. They weren't saying that this is his guardian beast. They were saying it's like one because he didn't get like a full beast, but he got this beast-like motorcycle. They unveiled Bayonetta 3 and said that they were bringing 1 and 2 to the Switch.
I'm excited for that. I'm gonna buy 1 and 2 when they come out.
I'm still looking for it on the Wii U.
I was for the longest time. I borrowed Bayonetta 1 from a friend on PS3, played it, but it felt kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Blocky? It felt kind of staggered. It didn't feel smooth.
Okay.
So it kind of threw me off of it. I played it for a few hours and I was just like, I don't know. It just felt stiff. So
if you can manage to find it right now at EB Games, it's only like 10 Canadian rupees on the Wii U.
Oh yeah, I know it's dirt cheap. But yeah, so I was like, okay, well I'll if I can find Bayonetta 2 on the Wii U for cheap, I'll get it because I was like, Bayonetta 2 has to play better. Like that's just how it is.
Yeah.
Right? So
or at least you'd hope.
Yeah, and I could never find it for less than like $45-$50, which I wasn't willing to spend on a game that I wasn't sure I was going to play.
Right.
So I was like, I won't worry about it. And then, so now hearing that they're putting them both on the Switch in like a collector's pack thing, like, yeah, I'm willing to drop like $80 on that.
Oh, yeah.
It'll be a good time.
It's kind of like a teaser trailer, so, kind of similar to the Metroid Prime 4 teaser, but with a little more substance. And at the end, it kind of shows, like, between her legs, you can see her standing, and the legs are in, like, a V shape. And then the guns kind of crumble, and they swish around, and then the 3 appears. Mm-hmm. So, I have no clue what that means. Like, no one's talking about it, and I'm like, does that mean she's fallen? Are we going to play as a new character? Does she lose her guns? What's happening? And no one seems to have had any input about that. They're just like, oh, whatever, it's Bayonetta 3.
Yeah, and it's like, no! Like, people, like, developers and stuff don't do shit like that unless there's hidden meaning. That's just it.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's one of those things where it's like, because we all know Bayonetta's an Umbran witch.
Yep.
Or an Umbra witch or whatever. So, like, is it possible for her to, like, fall or something? Like, like a la Lucifer / fallen angel kind of thing?
Yeah, who knows?
Or, like,
I don't know. we'll be watching for that, though. We'll probably talk about it on the podcast if like another trailer's released.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we'll keep up to that because Jukebox and I both have hype for Bayonetta. Like, we haven't like played them, but we both love the character.
And she's in Smash.
Yeah, we think it's awesome as shit. So it's just a matter of, with 1 and 2 coming out on the Switch and then 3 coming out on the Switch, and the fact that, again, hype train for the next episode, we both have Switches now.
Oh.
Like, we're excited as fuck for Bayonetta to come out, because we're going to be all over that.
Yeah. So, you know about Death Stranding, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so that's Hideo Kojima's game that he's working on, and people were kind of unsure of if he was still working on it or if it got canceled or what. And they released like a 7-minute cinematic of whatever this game's gonna be, and people are just more and more confused.
Oh, well, that's how it is. That you know that's how it goes in like the company meetings. They like, hey, we should release something for Death Stranding, and then Hideo Kojima's just like, let's make it as fucked up as possible. They're like, and then they're like, well, shouldn't we like maybe put something in it that like actually like matters,
resembles a game?
Like, shouldn't we put something that actually like, you know, shows the people what they should be looking forward to? And Hideo Kojima's just like, nope. If he's not pulling a baby out of the ocean for no fucking reason whatsoever, I want no part of this.
Yeah, the only thing anyone took out of that is just, I am confused, and Norman Reedus is voring a baby.
Yeah, pretty much. So, like, whatever. Eventually we'll get, like, an actual, like, trailer for Death Stranding, and then the hype can start, but for now, I just don't give a fuck.
Yeah. On my other podcast, Distinct Kusai is, like, freaking out about it.
Oh, God.
And, was there anything else? Soul Calibur 6, which is kind of nifty just because they're finally making another one, but whatever.
At the same time, I have my shrugs.
And then the only other thing that kind of caught my attention was In the Valley of the Gods. It's by the same guys who made Firewatch, and it just looks beautiful from the cinematic they showed, but I don't care that much.
Looking it up real quick. Oh. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen anything on it. It looks kind of cute, though.
Yeah. So, okay, that is our Game of the Year, Game Awards 2017 Talk Chat Year in Review. I'm going to go get a drink, and then we're going to talk about the episodes that we've released in this past year. Okay, so I'm going to jump into this with our very first episode. Like, a shout out to that for getting us started on this path. Yes. God knows we both needed like a little kick in the pants to actually, you know, start doing a podcast for people to listen to.
No kidding.
And that was in March, and I was so hyped for like everything that was happening with the Switch. Like, I was excited about video games again.
Oh, we all were.
Like, I get excited about individual games, but this is like video gaming as a whole. Like, the Switch just reinvigorated me. And, you know, what came of that is we can now get Blaster Master Zero if we want.
Hype.
And I totally bought Tumbleseed and had a lot of fun with that, and we talked about that in a different episode.
Indeed. I think that was episode 25. We talked about Tumbleseed.
Yeah.
No, I got hyped when we did the Nindies. It made me butthurt though, because it's like back in March when we did the Nindies, I was like, I need a Switch so bad. 7 months later, wait, no, more than that, fucking almost like 8 or 9 months later, got it.
Got it. So worth it.
Yeah, no, the Nindies episode we did, yeah, I think that was an awesome place to start.
Oh yeah, and for that one, that was a challenge for me for the audio recording because I had already been doing podcasts with a different group of friends called Podcast TBD. And this is the first one where I actually recorded with someone in the same room on the same microphone.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope you guys have noticed that the audio quality has improved drastically since.
Even I've noticed that.
And it's constantly changing, so thanks for sticking with us. I know there's at least 5 of you listening, and we are very grateful for you.
Indeed. Also, don't worry, one day we'll be like, One day we'll be like uber mega famous and we'll have like a studio to do this in. True story.
True story.
Yeah.
Life goals.
Yay.
Friendship goals.
Anyways, you were saying?
Hit me with one of your favorites, Kelryx.
Let's talk about NES memories, son.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So
that was episode 10.
Just for nostalgia purposes, we'll once again quickly recount the story of when I got my NES.
Like every episode.
Ad in the newspaper. Nintendo stuff. We were like, fuck it, we're going. We go, we're like hyping up. We're like, what if they have these games? What if they have those games? We're like, there's no way it'll be like the NES and like Mario and Duck Hunt, and that'll still be hype as shit. We get there, slap money down. They steal Final Fantasy and Zelda from me. I was very butthurt, but I still walked away with all 3 Castlevanias, Mega Man 3, and some other good shit. So it was a good fucking day.
Mario Bros. 3, Mario Duck Hunt, Athletic World, Pyramid, Blast. No, wait.
No, I bought Blaster
you
Master.
bought yeah. Yoshi. I like the shit out of Yoshi.
Yeah, we had fun with that.
Yeah, you got a lot of good shit in that deal.
Oh yeah, it was good for $50. It doesn't beat your SNES bundle for $40, but I mean, nothing beats that.
But you know what? I don't want to jinx us or say that things can never happen because I do a lot of secondhand shopping and eventually I will find everything. That's just kind of how it works out.
Pretty much.
But it's going to be really hard to beat those deals.
Oh, yeah.
Like, this many years later, it's still our best finds.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. And then NES memories for me, like, we watched The Nerds so much, and it was like, yeah, finally, I need to, like, find my NES and play it and get these games and stuff. And the first time I ever went to a secondhand store in our town, I found, like, 4 games that the Angry Video Game Nerd had reviewed, including, like, the most recent one that we were hype about, Mario Bros. 3.
Mm-hmm. It was a good time.
And then finding, like, Mega Man 2 and Contra and all that other junk.
Oh.
Lots of nostalgia.
The dream. Alright, Jukebox, hit me with another one.
Ghibli movie theories. That was our 7th
Ghibli
episode.
Movie theories.
That
was a fun episode. We had a good time with that.
We've only done a few episodes at this point on anime, and we might have to do another one soon after the Switch episode.
Oh,
but,
yeah, definitely.
Ghibli movie theories, like, I've seen, like, the vast majority of Ghibli movies, but it was like, look at the cover, make up a theory about what you think it is, and we just kind of went off the fucking rails there. It was a laugh fest.
Okay, let's back up for a minute. You went off the fucking rails.
Okay, I went off the fucking rails.
Yeah.
Hey, I was having fun.
Yeah, no, I was too. I just thought it was funny. Like, we do like the cat is back in town or whatever it was. That I'd be like,
Cat
you know,
returns.
like you just guess, you assume cat. He's probably, you know, whatever. And then Jukebox is just like, so he's a cocaine dealer, and I'm like, whoa, okay.
Yeah, I went hard.
Yeah, no, it was good. If you haven't seen that episode, go watch it and just like skip ahead to where we're doing like we're guessing or whatever, because I think the first like half hour is like us talking about Studio Ghibli movies and like what we enjoy about them and our favorites and all that stuff. And the last bit of it is like we look at them and we try and guess from the cover art what the movie's about. It's too funny. You'll laugh.
If you guys want to know some of the shit I have to deal with,
oh god.
The wall where my computer is at is directly next to the main water pipe, and someone just decided to have a shower, so I'm gonna have to like edit the fuck out of all of this. Just like noise gate suppression, get rid of all that goddamn sound.
That's unfortunate. I love you. I appreciate
you too, bro.
I appreciate what you do for this podcast.
Mm-hmm. Hit me with another one.
Hype!
Please don't actually hit me.
No, I'm not gonna hit you. No, hype. All the hype. Tons of hype.
We still have all the hype. Just different hype.
Still hype AF for my SNES Classic. Quick update
have
on
you been
that.
playing it since you got back?
I played it a little bit, but like I don't want to be a liar and say that I've been gaming hard, but like the Switch has taken up a lot of my time.
But Well, you know what, dude? When we hung out that one day, you were telling me you played like a good 4 hours of Earthbound.
On Friday, yep.
Yeah, you got pretty deep into that. So, I mean, good job.
Yay. So, yeah, just a quick update, because when we did the hype episode, I talked about how I would play Earthbound. I believe I want to say in episode 25, I talked about that I did play a little bit of Earthbound with Jukebox, because he was terrible, because I was super lost and he just laughed. And then I played...
You figured it out.
Yeah, I figured it out eventually. I played more Earthbound. I am currently at the part where you get Jeff. Like, I literally just started playing as Jeff. So, like, I'm Jeff now. I'm, like, level 4. It's a struggle.
It won't be bad for long.
Oh, no. So, Earthbound's a blast. I'm having a lot of fun. I definitely full intention to play even more of it.
That was a fun episode.
My hype for the SNES Classic is still sky fucking high. Love that thing to death. I'm really hoping that when I go back to camp, my TV has a goddamn HDMI cord.
And you know, even if it doesn't, you got a goddamn portable console.
I'll probably leave that at home with Alexa.
Oh.
In case she wants to play as Skyrim. We'll figure it out. If she literally doesn't give a shit, I'll take it with me.
Nice.
But we'll see what happens, because we even bought like a little carrying case for it. I bought a screen protector like you recommended, so.
Oh good. Oh good. Yeah, we'll talk more about that in the next episode. Yeah,
for sure. Get hyped for 30.
I can't remember what the other one I chose was. Mario Kart 8.
Oh, that was funny.
Our top 10 like tracks and games.
Oh.
And our like top 10 worst. Oh, it was so good. It forced me to like go through an entire list of every track and like really challenge myself to like pick out the ones that I loved and realize which games stood out above all the rest.
I had to do the same thing.
Oh, but it was such a good time. It's that nostalgia boner, man.
It is. You got so many good memories from playing Mario Kart and Mario Karty. I
mean, that's like our childhood, right?
Oh yeah, that's just it.
And then you couldn't stop saying Mario Party 8.
Yeah, Mario Karty 8.
Because we played Mario Party 8 quite a bit at like get-togethers and parties and stuff.
Yeah, it was pretty much our go-to game. I don't know if I ever told this story before. I probably did. I guarantee I did, but I'm gonna quick retell it. One of my best like Mario Kart and Mario Party memories from growing up is my buddy was coming over for a sleepover, and this is the guy that like I grew up with. Like, we share a birthday. We were born on the same day. We've known each other since birth. So he was coming over. We planned a sleepover. All this other stuff. It was gonna be awesome because it's like I got a GameCube for Christmas. He got a GameCube for Christmas. So he got some money from his grandparents, I think. So he asked his mom. He was like, "Mom, can we go and get a new game so I can take it over to Kelryx's so that we can play?" She was like, "It's your money. It's your present. You're allowed to do whatever you want." So me and him, we were like, "What game should we get?" Right? And we both agreed Mario Kart Double Dash, because that shit was hype. So he's like, "All right, that's what we're doing." He was like, "I'm gonna go. We're gonna get Double Dash. We're gonna play that shit all night long." I was like, "Fucking awesome. Let's go." So he comes over later that night. I was like, "Did you get it?" He was like, "I got it." And I was like, "Awesome." And we go downstairs. He like takes it out of his bag and he got Mario Party 6, I think it was. It might have been Mario Party. It might have been Mario Party. No, I think it was 5. It was either 4 or 5, whichever one came out at like the same time as Double Dash. I can't remember. But he pulls out Mario Party and I was like, "Dude, what the fuck? We were getting Double Dash." She's like, "I know, but they were all out, so I got Mario Party." I was like, "Ah, whatever." We still gamed it all night. It was a good time.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, it was too funny though. Like, we got so hyped for Double Dash that just like Mario Party. And I was like, "All right."
You definitely told that story on that podcast.
Probably.
But that's okay. My God, dude. The GameCube games are so great because they expand upon everything that was wonderful about 1 through 3 in a way that isn't going to destroy the palm of your hand. Before they started introducing all the bullshit that they did in like 8, 9, 10 World Island Tour, whatever the fuck they got now.
Oh, it's so bad. I remember I was done when I was in my first year of welding school back like 4 years ago. I bought the Mario Party game on my DS. Like I just eShopped it.
Blech.
I played it for like 30 minutes and I was like, wow, I just wasted $40. Rip me.
Rip you.
Like rip me. I felt I was not happy.
That's very unfortunate.
Final episode.
Always go physical.
Mega Man 11 episode.
Yeah.
Because
the last one we recorded before this one.
Yeah. So, holy fucking shit. We're excited for Mega Man 11. Jukebox, less so because he's paranoid that they're going to fuck it up somehow. I'm very paranoid. I am also paranoid they're going to fuck it up somehow. But it looks gorgeous. It looks fun. I'm still stupidly excited for it. I will 100% buy it when it comes out. I don't care. Jukebox will come over. We will play it. Just like we did with Mighty Number 9.
We'll die a lot. We'll be like, it's so great, but we can't beat a level.
Pretty much.
So, dude, okay.
We beat a couple in Mighty Number 9.
I got 3 things to say. First, I said that was the last episode we recorded before this one because I forgot to update the doc. It was totally like 3 episodes ago.
I was going to say, when you said that, I was like, what?
Yeah. 2. Going back to the Video Game Awards, I forgot to tell you, guess who else is like balls deep into Destiny 2? Robman.
Actually?
Like, the guy who fucking loves Mega Man is the biggest goddamn fan, is also the biggest goddamn fan of Destiny 2.
That's wonderful. That makes me happy.
Hell yeah. And then 3, for Christmas, my sister got me a book, and it's a guide to all of the Robot Masters.
Oh, that's super cool.
It was, she was getting like 3 different types of like nerd blocks. So like they'd send you a box that would have a bunch of cool shit in it. And she would take the things from those and actually divvy them up amongst her friends and stuff for things to give them for Christmas because we're very media-driven people, I guess, and we like that kind of stuff. So that was one of the things I got, was a book about the Mega Man bosses.
That's awesome.
It was so cool.
Like, that's actually super cool.
And I'm hyped for Mega Man 11 too.
Yes. As paranoid as we both are, we're still hyped.
It's going to be like 6 months from now, E3 is going to be going on. They're going to show like another trailer, and we're going to have a podcast where we're giving all our E3 predictions and like everything we loved about the show again.
Yeah.
Because we totally did that this year too. Yep,
that was episodes 11 and 12.
Oh yeah.
We did predictions, and then the week after E3 actually happened, we did like all the hype for everything that did get announced.
Yeah. Like, hello, you seem new here. We have this back catalog of things that you could listen to.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh,
it's a funny thing being the person who's like talking in a podcast now, because I used to listen to podcasts all the time, and I would like go back to listen to earlier episodes, and for some of them it was like as many as like 4 years earlier, and it's like they'd be talking about things like, oh guys, Skyrim is announced. Have you guys seen that? It's a new Elder Scrolls game. Like, we're so hyped for it. And I'm like, at this point, it's out on the Switch. It's like several years old, and it's been done to death. But it's still interesting to listen to, and I hope and strive to be able to be that entertaining about something that that's already been done to death.
Oh, it'll be a good time. There's one other thing that I need to mention, because I loved that we did them. That you did.
What's that?
The IGP clips.
Oh, yeah. Look out for more of those in the future.
Yeah, those things are great.
Yeah.
There, we have Jukebox has done 3 of them so far. The first one is about Breath of the Wild. It's just under 2 minutes. The second one is about a nightmare spider that Jukebox had to fight, a la Gladiator style. That one's about 2.5 minutes. And then the third one,
a Viking funeral.
Indeed. And the third one is about things that Jukebox will do on his knees for rare CDs. That one's about 5 minutes.
It's not what you're thinking.
It's exactly what you're thinking. It's actually so much worse.
Yeah. So I did those around episode 15. Just gonna ignore that. Yeah, look out for more of them. We're just gonna kind of pick out like the best parts of our episodes. So even if you don't want to listen to the full thing, you can totally like get a glimpse on like some of the best parts.
Yeah, but so I think that's about it.
We're wrapping up 27.
Your numbers
you
are
just
really
came
messed up today, my dude.
Yeah, you came in super robot cat there for a second. I'm like, oh god, why?
Oh, perfect.
I am very messed up. I barely slept and I'm sick, so.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you. Anyways, so we're wrapping up episode 29.
No, we're wrapping up fucking 2017.
Yeah, that too. I was about to say, thank you, like Jukebox said, to the 5 people that confirmed, like, watch these, like, on the regular. Thank you so much. We appreciate it very much. Honestly, hit us up, leave a comment, say hi, tell us what one of your favorite games is or whatever. We'll give you a shout out. Good times for everybody.
Hell yeah.
Thank you for helping us to have a good year in 2017. Doing the podcast was a lot of fun. We're going to keep doing the podcast. That's by no means like a goodbye.
It was a bright shining light amongst a lot of other shit.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
So again, thank you for the people that are watching these. We hope you're enjoying them. We're going to keep doing them. Like I just said,
more to come 2018.
Yeah, more to come 2018. If you have any suggestions, ideas for stuff we could talk about, if there's a certain game you want us to give our opinions on or whatever, just let us know.
Yeah, hit us up on our social media, even comment in the YouTube comments wherever you're listening.
Yeah, literally anywhere. Comment on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook, on YouTube, whatever. Anything. Yeah. And we'll definitely get back to you.
Yeah, so thanks for listening. This is us saying goodbye to 2017 and hoping 2018 will be filled with many amazing games and more fun podcasts.
I get God of War 4. I don't even care. Bye!
Okay.